girl. Hey. And dear listeners, it was my fault. My fault twice. Number one, I forgot to hit upload or like the last one or excuse me, publish. I forgot to hit publish for the last one. And then, dear listeners, well, you can blame my work. I was in Seattle for 2 weeks in the Emerald City. Girl, did you know it was the Emerald City?
It's called the Emerald City?
It is the Emerald City.
Because of the trees?
I don't know. It is very green and lush.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, it's like surrounded by nature.
Yeah.
Emerald City. Aww.
Girl, let me tell you. I went to the Space Needle.
Okay.
Which I'm afraid of heights and I've got vertigo.
I know.
It was fine. Like I went up there and it's beautiful. You can look out of the city and all of that.
Okay.
Then you go outside and it's tilted a little bit downward. So that made my vertigo a little bit uncomfortable. Okay. So I walked back inside and I got the crappiest coffee I've ever got before in my life at the
in Seattle?
Girl, a lot of people in Seattle really like Starbucks. Yeah.
Like I knew about the Starbucks, but I thought that it had like
it does have a coffee culture.
Culture.
It took me a while to find good coffee because anyway, that's another story. No, it was at the cafe in the Space Needle, which I should have just sued would have crappy coffee. Anyway, I took 2 sips. I was like, well, this is crap, and threw it away. So then you go to the top floor, then you go to the next floor, and the next floor, girl, the next floor rotates.
Nope.
And has a glass floor. So I walk down and my vertigo instantly hits to where the dude who I was with, the sweet little straight dude who I was with was like, Mims, are you okay? And was like reaching out to hold on to me to make sure I didn't fall over or something. I'm like, no, I'm fine. You
had such an opportunity to do like a Patsy Stone on the airport luggage conveyor belt moment, rolling around on that floor like a crazy person.
Girl,
and you did not take it.
Girl, if I did think about it, but at the same time, if I had hit the ground, there was no coming back. And then what if I fell through to Seattle? What if I just come through all the way down to the ground?
You finally get the infamy you've always deserved.
And that, girl, is taking the house down boots.
I mean, really, the whole house down boots, needle, house down boots. Oh
and then, girl, let me tell you, we were flying on my way back home. Yes. We were flying, and there was we were flying in Cincinnati. That was where my layover was.
Okay.
Because I wanted a slightly different flight because I wanted to fly with Delta all the way. So and did not want a red eye. Anyway, we're landing in Cincinnati. Okay. Everybody around me is with some sort of company that's coming back from a conference for like Crest or something. I think they're all dental hygienists or ad people.
That sounds so amazing.
Oh, it was horrible. They're horrible people. Anyway, as we're landing in Cincinnati, lightning hit the plane.
No.
At 4,500 feet. Lightning hit the plane. And I wouldn't have known if you didn't see it. You heard a little tiny pop and then a bright flash of light because people had the windows open.
Mm-hmm.
And then we immediately went 4,500 up to 15,000 feet. And the pilot came on and said, we've been hit by lightning, nothing major, but we have been diverted from Cincinnati because of weather to Columbus, Ohio.
Ew.
Girl, these people, Columbus and Cincinnati are an hour and a half max by car away from each other. Okay? They are very close. Okay. These people are freaking out about how they are going to get home. And I'm like, rent a car. like you ain't that far away. Just rent a car. Your company is obviously gonna pay for it because all you people here with this ad company, just rent a car. And like this poor white woman in front of me, she's probably a listener. Dear listener, if it's you, she was freaking out.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. We loved having you. But she was freaking out. And was like, I don't, can you just drop me off at home? I don't know. And then her boss was finally like, I got 2 vans. We got this. It'll be okay. So they put me in the Hampton Inns, not Suites, at in Columbus at the airport. I fell asleep at 9:45 p.m. because my flight was at 5 or 6 o'clock the next morning, so my ass had to be up at 4:30.
Oh Lord!
To quote Julius Sugarbaker, nonplussed.
This whole thing sounds tragic.
Girl, speaking of tragedy, did you know that we have a Patreon? Dear listeners, you can go to patreon.com. Mims and Baby can throw somebody, hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
What?
That's right. We have You Slay Me, our Murder She Wrote podcast, and Over the Moon, our moonlighting podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
What?
That's right, babe. If you go to MrMahaffey.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Maim.
Yes.
Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
What? You love a 5-star review, honey.
I love a 5-star review. Maim, they really help me sell myself. I'm just letting you know that 5-star reviews really help us put ourselves out there and get paid. I have a friend who found out that that's surprising. I have a friend who found out that they had less than a 5-star review on Uber, because I don't know if you know, Uber drivers can rate you.
This is so strange. I literally had a conversation like this also this week.
And they were like shocked that they had like a 4.6. And I just said, well, have you met you?
That's very strange. I literally just talked about this on Thursday with somebody.
Yeah.
Because they were asking they asked me what my Uber review was. And I looked at him at first, like, because up until him saying that to me, I didn't know this. And so he said that and I was like, I'm sorry, what? He was like, oh, your Uber. He's like, they review you. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I only do Uber like twice a year.
Yeah.
So I don't
Girl,
know.
you know, even after that throw up incident where we had to shoo the first Uber away.
Yeah.
I think I still got a 5.0. Let me see here.
Nice. Well, I mean, I didn't throw up in that one.
That's true. And he would account. Yeah, I've got perfect 5.0.
Beautiful. Mine was a 4.5, but I don't know why. So whatever.
Oh, you black. This is season 5. Episode 18.
We don't crack, but we also don't get 5 stars.
This at season 5, episode 18. This is art.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that, Marjorie, just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Well, now you do.
Oh, God.
Yes.
So, girl, we are at Sugarbakers, and let me just tell you,
Sugar bakers.
How beside myself I was to lightly read that article you sent me about Suzanne, about Delta
I
Burke,
know, right?
and the meth.
Girl.
Dear
It
listeners,
took me a minute.
if you missed it, she felt so much pressure from the first show she was on to stay thin. She the diet pills from England were not, allowed here. So she started crushing up crystal meth and putting in cranberry juice.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I took ephedra for a little bit, but that ain't that bad.
It ain't the same as meth, girl. I don't think.
It's both. They're related. It's just one's natural.
Natural meth, honey. Yes. Come on, natural meth. Yeah.
Coming to the stage, natural meth.
Ooh, girl, I ain't seen her in a minute. She's so skinty now.
Skinty, Jesus Christ.
It is natural, girl. You know, she still got her teeth.
They dentures. Anyway, Suzanne had a fingernail that popped off.
Okay.
A Lee press on, if you would, because I would. A Lee press on, if you would. And she's reapplying it with maxi glue because they can't say super glue.
Got it.
And dear listeners, do not do that. Do not super glue a fingernail to yourself. Did I ever tell you about the time that I had a fingernail that got caught on something and cracked down into the quick a little bit, and I was like, oh God, I have to put something on it because I don't have any kind of fingernail anything here. Nobody had a nail file. Finally, I find somebody that has nail polish on them, and she was about your complexion.
Okay.
But she had 3 different tones of white people's skin tone that she used on her fingernails. And I look at her nails, I'm like, this is a very odd color.
Okay.
The color of Q's dress on the on the book cover.
Yeah.
That horrible. Dear listeners, Maim and I have not talked in face to face in 2 weeks.
Wow, it's been a while, girl.
It's been a while. That dress is unforgivable.
I mean, there's so many things that she did that was unforgivable.
It's a shame that Plain used the same color at the end of the episode and made it look better.
Yeah.
And it's also a shame that when she came out in that cute little ballerina outfit, that crinkle fan ballerina outfit, that she just didn't put a ballet slipper over her heels to make it look like she was on point. Simple things, girl. Just simple fucking things. It's like she's so madam faced. Oh God. Anyway, I just can't. I apparently don't like her as a drag queen.
Oh, okay. You're actually saying it out loud now, finally.
Yeah. Although, and I had a uncomfortable yet brave opinion yesterday too. You ready?
Yes.
Bob is more talented. Monet, I like Monet better.
Oh yeah, I don't think Monet is talented, but she's very likable.
You can't say she's just not talented, period.
Well, I just don't. I mean,
that's okay. You can.
I think from the reason why I say that, there's a reason.
We shouldn't. I hope we don't lose our little porn star dresser.
I just don't. It's the jokes I find are not very. The delivery is not great. No, it's so. Obviously, I don't say I'm an expert at telling jokes, right? But I've at least done it long enough that you can kind of see delivery and where the content was supposed to go. So a lot of times I could hear the joke and I'm like, oh, I knew where it was going, it just didn't get there, right? In my opinion. But she's dressed up in drag, so people just laugh regardless, you know? So yeah, but Bob is much better at joke telling.
Yeah.
But Bob is just not a very likable person.
Yeah. And I mean, like, Monet's talented thing. Like, she can sing opera. Saphira can sing opera.
Mm-hmm. I guess we're going to have to keep dealing with people singing opera now.
Although I do believe that Saphira's had sex with a black person. I'm not sure if Bob ever has.
I don't think Bob's ever touched a black person.
Well, she's definitely touched Monet.
Not with his penis.
Well, Rosalind Price owns the art gallery Pouthut.
What was that, dear?
Gallery Pouthut.
Okay.
Dear listeners, I made a face because that's the face I make whenever I speak. God, we really should go to Paris. And I just
That's our
my
next trip. We just lost like 4 French listeners.
We only have German ones. We don't have any French ones.
Oh well. I say that to that.
So we find out that Julia went to school in Paris.
Yes.
To art school at that.
Which, when you go back and look at those paintings later, it's like, girl.
Well, how do you say art in French?
L'art. It's A-R-T-E.
That's right. That's
art.
right. That's Kunst in German.
L'art. L'art.
L'art.
L'école de l'art.
Anyway.
Hey, I just said art school in French. It's weird that my brain just did that. I'm like, oh, it's still in the back of my recesses of my brain somewhere. Oh, it's so weird. Like, that was very uncomfortable. It kind of emerged out of my brain. Like,
you know, maybe we should go to Montreal and
go find my family.
No. This is not family trip.
No, I didn't say a family trip. I just said go find my family.
No. We don't want to. No. That's like me going to Cherokee and trying to find out the family that my father thought he had.
Yeah, except for this family actually exists. It's a real family.
That's true.
It's a real family.
Or we go all the way up to Quebec City. And we can walk around and you can speak French to people and it'll get you back in the.
I'll speak French to people so they can immediately ask me, who's that American? I'm like, yes. Okay, let's speak in English then. All right.
You think the Quebecois speak in English to people?
They have to.
No, they don't.
They have to speak. If you're not an American or a person that comes from an English-speaking place, you have to speak French. You will get fined.
I know, but what I'm saying is they will not speak English to you.
No, they will. That happened when we were there before. Yeah. Like, they'll ask you if you're American.
Yeah, yes.
And if you say you're American, they'll start speaking in English.
My dear, I'm just saying that my lived experience in Montreal as an adult is slightly different than the one that you had as a child.
Oh. So everybody's just speaking English now?
Well, everybody does speak English until they want to speak French to each other and not like block the English people from understanding what's going on. And then they don't really want to speak English to you whenever they're doing that.
Okay. Well, yeah, they were paranoid back then. So maybe the paranoia is gone, which is a good thing.
I really, that can't be a rule. That can't be a rule.
I am telling you, it is a rule. It really is a rule there. Like, there is a language police in Quebec. There's like a whole ministry of culture that enforces all of these unusual rules tied into preservation of the French culture. They used to have actual like protests about it, and there was a lot of stuff going on with that stuff.
It's just public things. It's not like people.
That's what I meant. I meant public stuff. That's wasn't.
Well, no, but like if you're in a shop, they don't have to speak French to you. They can speak English. It's like public.
Like I'm just telling you what happened with us.
The police.
I'm just telling you what happened with us. I'm just giving you.
Well, we found out that Julia has some rap paintings upstairs.
Girl.
And Julia is taking Charlene to go see the art because when they took Suzanne to the Louvre, she said that she was tired of seeing small titty, big butt women lying in grass eating fruit.
The irony.
I mean, she said small breasted, not small titted. Well,
small breasted it, honey. Breasted it.
Yeah, small breasted, like Saphira's breasts at the beginning of the season, as opposed to the ones at the end.
Okay, so hold on. Before we have to. I'm sorry for this, dear listeners. I have to ask Mims a question.
Mm-hmm.
I need your very real and honest opinion on Saphira wearing that breastplate over that bodysuit in the final number.
My real and honest opinion.
Yes.
I could not even pay attention to her with how good Nymphy was doing. Like my eyes were never even on her. There you go. That's my true thing.
I couldn't believe, like, I personally was having a moment just because I just looked like, what? Because like, if I had my glasses on, I did, but it was like that moment where I was like, is it my glasses? Am I seeing this correctly? That it's just sitting on top of the bodysuit. And no, I paused. I was like, no, I've never seen a person do that before. Like, especially on the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race. Like,
I would like to say that Plain Jane, in like when they find out who won, stealing Poppy's look and going as the haunted house, because Plain steals looks is fine.
Still so many things,
but it's fine. She I guess the better way to say it is she refines them, right?
Right.
Because some of the stuff that Katya did, she refined it into a more cohesive thing. She took other things and have refined them into. She took Valentina's look for that red dress and refined it into a better version of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Mary Jo's here.
Hey, girl, hey. Oh, and she looks concerned.
She hit Charlene's car.
Oh, no.
So Charlene's like, okay, that's fine, whatever. That's fine, whatever. But Mary Jo's like, no. I want to pay for it just like I did with Suzanne's car. Suzanne, do you remember that? Suzanne, because Linda Bloodworth Thompson did not want to write for Suzanne. She has glued her lips together.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Yep. Well, girl, we're at the exhibit.
Okay.
This is exhibit A. This is exhibit B.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to put $5 on my OnlyFans exhibit C.
Oh my God.
It's just me wearing a pair of underwear with a little drawn-on star for my anus.
A star anus. Oh,
yeah.
I've known a few of those. I mean, there's some famous bottoms here. So.
Are there?
I think so.
I mean, everybody that I met when I was down there, I was sure was a top.
No.
I know.
All the tops work over at La Boy. They're all twinks.
La boy. Is
La
that
boy,
last?
Henny.
La boy.
They're having a La boy crisis right now, and that's why I joked about it. It's been all over Facebook today. The owner is basically warring with their main, what's the word that they use?
Supplier?
Like yes. That's the word, actually. And I don't know what happened, but I know that the supplier is like, don't mess with me, girl, because I got pages and pages and pages of folders of receipts for various things. And I was like, oh boy.
As Mitt Romney said, binders full of women.
Yeah. So I was kind of like, I obviously I don't want to be too much into the messy details of things, but
so just aside, I was watching something on the Facebook.
Okay, the Facebook. Okay,
that was from Studio C, which Studio C is a Brigham Young comedy troupe. So it's Mormons. I didn't realize this till after I saw it, and here's the thing. It's a group.
Oh my God! Pause. I have to go poop real quick.
Oh my God. Welcome back from your shark, girl. So
thank you.
So, girl,
I didn't shart. I just thought I thought it was just gonna be a fart. It wasn't. So
well, I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I'm
proud of you. I'm proud of you. Sorry, I was waiting for somebody to drop a beat behind me, but it never came.
I'm not used to having people say they're proud of me. It caught me off guard.
I might have to have a little conversation with MrMahaffey whenever I come down.
Another one, girl.
Well, first, speaking of, how are the crystals, girl?
Well, Crystal Pepsi is doing real good at school.
So I'm going to send you something. One of our dear listeners sent us something. On message. It is Bella's mom.
Okay.
Sent us something from Shine. Or Sheen. Is it Sheen or Shine? How do
you? Yeah,
Sheen. I think would be perfect for you. This is not a link. I'm just sending you a picture of it. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Maim, I sent it to your Facebookie.
Okay. Glad I kept my phone with me.
It is I shall read it. Crystal wood stand, crescent moon shape, crystal display holder, rustic wood stand for crystal rocks and essential oils, wall hanging floating shelf wall decoration, room decoration, home decor, Halloween and New Year gift. Yeah, it is. It's got the moon and the sun and yeah.
That's way too small.
Well, girl, all those little ones he has around, you could just put those on display there.
We'll fill that up so fast, though. That's too small.
Woohoo, witchy woman. Oh, God. I laughed when I saw that. I was like, that is perfect.
Oh my God.
I should start buying you little curio cabinets. Like, bring one down every single time I come down. Here's another curio.
Oh my God.
Here's another little curio. Well, so they're at the art exhibit, girl. And Mary Jo's like, this is really radical. And Charlene sees a pile of trash on the floor. She's like, somebody needs to clean that up. Ma'am, is this your first time in our exhibit? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, read the sign. Oh my God, that's art.
So many things on here are art. It's so weird.
Suzanne's still mute. And Mary Jo has a couple of things she'd like to say to her. We don't get to hear them as Charlene walks over and uses one of those phones that's also an exhibit.
I would love to know, like, the phone itself.
Uh-huh.
So The thing about this is, like, obviously we know that this is a segment of art, but most of the time there's at least like a slight stylization of something. So it's just weird because on this one is like it's just literally just stuff. It's just stuff sitting around and like
I mean that was a thing for a little
it
time.
was for a little bit. Yeah.
And like I would like to turn that around. What sense does it make to have a phone, Charlene, in the middle of an art exhibit? Payphones were always like hidden off onto the side so people couldn't hear you.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, like I can't with how stupid they make Charlene in this episode. Like I just can't even like.
I mean, she has, I attribute it to baby brain, right? When Charlene's feeling especially loopy, I'm like, she doesn't have
baby brain anymore. Olivia's like 35 years old by now.
Mrs. Philpott is like she's dead now.
Yeah, Miss Philpott's dead. Olivia's in high school.
We're getting ready for the prom episode. Claudia is now a fashion designer, and she made Olivia's prom dress. She came back from New York specifically.
She went to Parsons. Maybe that's why Mary Jo's having such hard time paying for this damn thing. Anyway, Mary Jo, Charlene, and Julia talk about a black square, like it's a painting that's just black square. Suzanne's at the cheese tray and dude offers her some cheese. She hits it out of his hand. The Suzanne shit, hilarious. Like the physical comedy this episode, fucking hilarious. There's not a lot to say about it because it's all physical, but it is like she's on point. The looks in her eyes, like the shit she's doing. I want to give bad props to Delta Burke in this. Like she is owning it.
I really enjoyed her. I mean, I hate the fact that like this is like coming to the end.
Yeah,
it's just like.
So we're back at Charlene, and she's sitting down on some art. She turned a chair around because they were all facing some TVs on the wall. She just choose common sense. And then they go back over to the black painting, and Charlene explains it. Like she's like, well, I'm getting, death, destruction. It's probably a symbol of peace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got it.
There you go.
So we're back at Suzanne, and there's a dude talking about art to her. Not with her, to her, and like she's just making face motions, and he brings out Sontag at her and like walks away. Goes over to Julia and says, your sister's really smart.
Yes.
Well, Julia goes, yes.
Was it now? I thought to myself for a moment there, I felt like they were trying to say something with that moment. Like, I felt like they were trying to say something deeper with that moment about men.
Oh, yeah. About men, yes. I thought you were about Suzanne.
Yeah.
Oh, about men, absolutely.
It was a really wonderful example of mansplaining.
So I think my thing is I feel like this is how Linda Bloodworth Thompson feels about art in general and how she feels about people who talk about art. Like, because you have the man who just sees art. You have some people who actually enjoy art. You have like those that enjoy art just for the money value later on. But the thing is, Linda doesn't like any of them.
Yeah.
At least that's what I take it. My review of this art form that she's making is she doesn't understand art.
Oh boy.
I mean, I speaking of art, I went to the Chihuly Museum. Chihuly Glass Museum.
I'm still so jealous about that.
And I'm not a big fan of his. Like I most of it I think is reductive. personally, because it's just big twirls of stuff. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It gets old to me. But in walking through, the way it was set up there, the garden itself was super cool. Right.
Well, the thing is like his work itself is sometimes it is repetitive, but it's not so much the work as it is the installations that I love. Like that's the thing that I really enjoy because of especially the natural installations.
Yeah.
Like or occasionally when they do the installations in like historic settings.
Yeah.
Because it plays off of the architecture. But sometimes just it alone, it's like, oh, okay, right. But
like it looks like because it's used in the Bellagio, I believe it's Bellagio or Venetian, as the lighting fixtures, and that's what a lot of his stuff sometimes feels to me is hotel art. I know that's it has its place and it fits in with this episode, but as you walk through, you see his sketches for the stuff. Right. His sketches impressed me so much more than the actual thing. Like, and his bowls, I know that sounds crazy, are beautiful because they're multicolored glass and it just flows perfectly. And like they, I don't know. It was very weird. And Saphira's dress that was outside.
Yes.
When I saw that, I started laughing and the straight dude who was with me walked through Seattle just looked at me like, what? I'm like, it's a drag queen thing. Like it's so hilarious that it's right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez.
But
there's just so many things about all of this to unpack. Like I sometimes wish we had a third podcast for like unpacking some of these things that we scratched the surface on.
Like what?
Like art, like talking about that stuff and all.
I mean, the thing we could do that, girl. Like we could do just a 30-minute chit chat podcast about stuff, but we would never get anything done. Like,
I know.
We would never. It would be like, and we would just like talk about a subject, but like none of it would make any sense.
And this does.
So, Charlene puts Julia's purse down on a pedestal because Rosalind needs help putting up a art installation. Suzanne is losing it at a couple of people, and they're like, "Oh, joy! Rosalind hired a mime." Ha ha ha! They're like, Charlie's like, "Done. Next show, 30 minutes. Go on." Well, girl, the estimate is in. The estimate for the car is in.
Okay.
$2,044
for a bumper
and a fender.
Good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
What kind of car do you think? Did Charlene get a Mercedes now or something? And why isn't insurance covering this? I guess that's the real question I have here. Because that much money in that day and age would have been enough to go over any deductible.
That's true. I mean, even now, right? Deductibles are what, $500?
Depending, yeah.
So I mean, like the 80s or the 90s, like it couldn't have been.
And today.
Yeah. Oh God. It could not have been technically that much more.
No.
Or less. I mean, it can't be. It's impossible.
Yeah. It's impossible.
Oh my God. You're so dumb.
I don't know what I'm quoting, but I'm definitely quoting something.
It was an infomercial, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's right.
It was some kind of infomercial. Yeah.
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 So Mrs. Fredholm is looking at Julia's purse and she's interested in buying it.
Oh, okay.
And ends up buying it as art for 5,000 Rupel doll hairs.
It never gets old.
It should.
They gave away they cut out so much money for this last episode, honey. For this final,
it's sponsored by Cash App,
right? And Bubbly did the one for the lip sync. I mean, so much money.
And Olay gave the
Congeniality.
I was like, who?
And gave it to Olay gave 20 plus the girl, so it was about almost $40,000. Olay did too.
Yeah, I was like, it's amazing what big corporations can do to get their name out there. I was watching. I was like, who is going to be Miss Congeniality? Like, I was looking through them, like, who would actually be Miss Congeniality?
In this season, especially.
I mean, Saphira helped a lot of people. Tsunami.
I thought that if me and the husband thought Saphira, but because Miss Congeniality has never been the winner, also, so we were both kind of like, well, I mean, it seems like Saphira, but since the girls vote for them, right? Like, I mean, it could be the same person. Mm-hmm. So I did think it was going to be Saphira because nobody else on this season has been congenial.
So, girl, this is like the opposite of the Bimini season. In that it always feels like Bimini won that season. This one, it always feels like Saphira actually won, but it went to Nymphia, which is great. I mean, like the decision was made to give it to Saphira. Which, if you watch them find out, Saphira is not happy. Like, Saphira, you could see she thought she was going to win. She thought it was all going to be her.
Yeah, but like, I think that she was acting, because remember, they filmed 2 of them.
No. I'm talking about the actual when they find out.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
I messaged you yesterday and you were like, yes. That's why I was like,
messaged me?
I did.
You messaged me the video of them actually finding out?
No, I messaged you, have you seen it? And you messaged back out. Hold on here.
Oh, I just thought you meant like the actual, like the TV episode, not the real one.
No, them actually finding out.
No, I looked around. I couldn't find it anyway. I mean, I couldn't find it.
It's all over YouTube, girl. Where you been?
I mean, I did search for it, but all I could find was like I kept finding just videos of Nymphia like performing, but I could not find the one where they were actually like finding out.
Yeah, all 3 of them sitting there finding out.
Yeah, like,
okay, I'll send it to you later.
Yeah, please. Like, literally, like ask the other one. Like, I was searching. I'm like, even the day after that, when because Jimbo hosted like the actual finale thing, and I went to Jimbo's pages and I went to Jimbo's Instagram. I was like, why is nobody posting this video of like the real reveal? Yeah, I couldn't find it. So yes, please send it to me because I was looking, girl. I mean, if I was Saphira, which I'm not, and I just sat there and watched that performance, I would not have expected to win. When you look at it compared to the other person, I just wouldn't have expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just the reveals. It was the polish of it. It was because like even when she was taking off the reveal coat, she was messy when she did that. Like there was just a lot of little things. And it's, mind you, I love Saphira, but when you look at those 2 in that moment, it was very different. It was very different scenario.
You have it. You have it now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So it's at Sugar Baker's. And Charlene is teaching Suzanne sign language. It's not going well.
Okay.
And Julia is getting calls about her art.
I hate when you do that.
Well, Rosalind's here.
All right, Rosalind.
And she's like, everyone wants to see more of your work. Does Rosalind not remind you a little bit of our high school English teacher?
Yes.
Senior year? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yes.
Charlene's like, well, Julia's got these paintings upstairs she won't show to anybody. And, well, Rosalind's like, well, I do a new show every Thursday. Bring them. So Rosalind leaves. Mary Jo comes in, and she's got a new bumper that she got at the dump where you pull your own parts. Charlene's like, don't worry about it. But also, I wish you had told me, because I don't want old piece on my car. I've told you not to worry about it. And Mary Jo goes off and says, I've done everything to make this right. And I can't believe you won't I can't believe you won't accept this.
I had a moment when she did that. I went all the way back to episode 1 when we were talking about which one we were. When she said that, I was like,
Would you actually feel that way? Like, would you feel the need to make it right if somebody told you multiple times not to worry about it?
I would probably.
And then would you try to do this, though? Would you try to do something that is more cost effective without asking them? Because if so, my view is Mary Jo's being incredibly rude.
There's there's a logic path that Mary Jo follows that I wouldn't follow, right? So obviously what we said earlier about the insurance and all, like there's a logic path that I would have followed differently, but to the spirit of what she did, I can sometimes be like that, where I'm like, not that I've wronged a lot of people, but like I will do what I can to try to make things right.
I will say, if I ever say something's okay, and to just leave it be.
I know.
Just leave the shit be.
Just leave it be.
Because I ain't got time for the shackles.
Yeah. But you got to dance, girl. So you can praise him? Yeah.
Oh.
Broke them chains, honey. Lift them hands, honey. Lift them hands.
There you go. I was wondering if you would catch on and how exactly long it would take you. 2 seconds.
That one don't take that long for me.
Well, now we're back at art. We find out that Julia's paintings are all just fruit bowls.
Oh. That's a choice.
Yeah. Mary Jo tells Julia she really likes the paintings. And Rosalind comes in and says, these are so campy. I love them. They look like they belong to a cheap motel. Is that what you were thinking when you painted them? Uh-huh. Well, Julia gives Mary Jo one because Mary Jo really loves it. And then the Fredholds come in. They love motel motif. And Mary Jo sells it to them for $2,044 with the check going to Charlene Stillfield.
How smart was that?
We're back at Sugar Baker's. Yes, thank you, Anna Garden. Back at Sugar Baker's, Suzanne had her lips cut open with an X-Acto knife. And she has some things to say. Julia was an embarrassment. Rosalind dresses like a shepherd. And Mary Jo, Charlene should have just taken that bumper and been grateful. Actually, that is the other side of it. That if Charlene had just said thank you and taken it, it would have been done, right? Maybe, because then she would have had to she would still have to get it repaired. I don't know. It's complicated.
Yeah. Well,
Charlene then she's throwing out the glue and she glues her hand to the glue bottle. Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia Wild?
I really loved the yellow and black dress that Charlene wore in the art gallery. I thought that was really cool.
That. Oh,
I liked it.
I hated that.
Okay, well,
So girl, that's a
like
maternity dress that she's just thin, like she's thinned out, and because she wore it previously, and it looked bad back then.
I just like the design. I liked it better. I like that yellow and black and how it has like the angles to it. I just liked it. That's all.
I'm sorry. That is your opinion. I should respect your opinion, but you're wrong.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to respect anything.
You didn't even hear what I said at the very end.
You probably just said I was wrong.
I did. I really like Suzanne at the beginning in the red leopard print number.
I was not a fan.
That's fine. She looking like a hooker.
She looking like a hooker.
Looking like a hooker. Hey, Maim. Did you like this episode?
This is a 50-50 for me.
Yes.
Because the Suzanne really, if it wasn't for the Suzanne part, it would be a chop.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah,
Suzanne, I completely agree.
Yeah. Like she was really top form on this episode, and it was and honestly, it looked like she was having fun. I mean, just from the way it's
really does suck. Just like what they're doing to Mary Jo, like they keep making her even weaker, girl. Like, and I don't.
I know. It doesn't make a lot of like every time she becomes empowered, it's like, nope, that's not funny enough. And I feel like the one thing, so actually, you know what? I'm gonna say this because there is a point to this that made me upset, which was, are we really going to actually have another dinged car episode? Like, that just seems so lazy to me that we could have had many other scenarios that could have been the secondary story to all of this, that Mary Jo needed money for something else and sold the bag at the end. I was just like, did we really have to do that? Like,
or she ran over Olivia and the medical bills.
Oh, Charlie, I'm so sorry. I ran over this.
Or wait.
Miss Philpott's dead.
Wait, no.
For a funeral.
Olivia's driving now, so maybe she had Olivia's car.
Girl, you know Olivia's already in the nursing home.
She needed money. She needed money to pay for Olivia's ambulance. That's what it is.
No, it's for them dialysis bills, girl.
Babe, why don't you tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Hello, dear listeners. It's Auntie Maim, your favorite relation.
Yeah.
You can find me every Thursday night in Miami Beach hosting amazing colossal karaoke at Kill Your Idol, performing improv with the Villain Theater, and hosting the Black Market and Gender Blender. All those links can be found at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com. How about you, Mims?
Hey y'all, the Divinest Mims. You can find me online at thedivineustmims.com. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know we have a Patreon?
What?
That's right. We got Patreon.com. Mims and Maim. You can throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
What?
That's right. We have You Slay Me, our Murder, She Wrote podcast, and Over the Moon, our moonlighting podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
No.
That's right. If you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Do you know what I love?
You love a 5-star review.
That's right, because I'm an attention whore. Dear listeners, 5-star reviews really help us. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
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 Did you know that you can reach out and talk to us?
No.
That's right. You can send an email at mimsandmaim@gmail.com or send us a text message at 704-380-0618. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to add?
Make sure to get your Mother's Day presents, everybody. It's getting soon.
That's true. Now say goodnight, Maim.
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.